powers. Open up inner flowers. Peace and love in her inner power. Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me?
Welcome to welcome to www.moresongs.com. Today we're in Washington, D.C. with Mr. Cliff Thornton, who is the founder and the chief operating officer of an organization known as Efficacy. Maybe just briefly, Cliff, you could tell us about Efficacy.
Well, Efficacy is a grassroots organization that looks at peaceful ways of responding to social problems. The primary goal of Efficacy right now is to try and get rid of the crime and violence as is associated with the drug war, but more specifically to bring the drug war to an end. I also might mention too that I was just elected to the board of NORML, and I'm very proud of that. But the anecdote that I would like to convey is this, and it's very simple, it's nothing hard about it. We arrest people for drug charges. We send those people to jail or to prison. While they are in prison, they get as many drugs, if not more, than they did while they were outside of the prison. My question is this. Why are we doing that? Because we're doing that because, and let's just say, for argument's sake, the person serves his time in prison and he's cured of drugs. This person goes right back more than likely to the same environment from which he came. Now, that person is going back to an environment that's high risk. The same drug taking and drug dealing is still going on. And we expect that individual not to use drugs. I think it's a trap. It's all a big setup. Now, that's like, to me, giving a reformed alcoholic a job in a package store and expecting that individual not to drink. Now, we have to put this thing into proper context. We're privatizing our prisons. And by privatizing our prisons, the bottom line for them is a profit. And in order to receive that profit, they need a commodity. And the commodity right now is the inner cities. It's an unending feeder pool for the expansion of the prison industrial complex. That's one of my stories.
Really? Cliff, we've seen each other over the years,
yes.
And
quite a friendship too, I might add.
Thank you. I just wonder, do you feel like that progress is being made in these specific issues, the war on drugs, and?
Well, I can only gauge progress like this. We can look at the medical marijuana initiatives. But we also can look at things like, my organization started up maybe 5, 6 years ago. And the 3 years ago, it was very difficult for my organization to get the speakers in to talk to groups about the war on drugs. 2 years ago, they were somewhat interested, and we had 4 or 5 gigs. Today, we cannot fulfill our obligations for speaking tours. I'll just tell you, all last year I've spoken to 6,000 people from Boston to southern New Jersey. And the demand for people to speak on this subject has become overwhelming. What we need to do is to get more people out there speaking so we can have a sustained presence in the media. And when we start doing that, having a sustained presence in the media, we will begin to really turn this thing around. So progress is being made, but it's very small. And for people like myself who are constantly within the movement, it is hard for me sometimes to take myself out and look at where I started and where I am right now. But there is progress being made.
I was going to say, more, along those lines of the media, it's been my observation that many stories and issues which I have read in the Efficacy Journal, I never see them in the mainstream press or on mainstream news programs, things that are very relevant to the black community and to our community as a whole. Do you feel like there's